There it is. And if we have a little time at the end of the stream, we'll sprinkle some fox wisdom on you.
Foxes in space.
Foxes in space. How's everybody doing this fine day?
Yeah, how's everybody feeling? It's the beginning of the week. I know it's Chloe's birthday, so happy birthday to you. Let it Chloe.
Let it Chloe.
Let it Chloe.
There it is. Extraterrestrial life. We don't know how it's spelled, but that looks like a lot of R's to me. Is that it? Is that how it is?
I mean, yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. This isn't science, it's Bryant's.
Shanter, welcome back for 2 months, and Gigi the Cheese, thank you for subscribing.
All right, so what do we have here? I've got an article here from space.com, which I'm going to share with our moderators who can share it with you all.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see what we can find out about this extraterrestrial life.
Yes, also, Gigi Cow, thank you for using your Prime. We got a lot of Gigi's with us today.
Yo, I think that's Gigi Clown.
Oh, okay, well, Gigi, Gigi.
Jazzy in the corner, welcome back for 6 months. And Smiling Roses, of course, you're here with Eden the Pilet. Nocturnal Druid, merci beaucoup. The music's a little loud, yeah, that'll happen.
It does.
There we go.
Also, Y-Art, welcome back for 8 months. Jana224, back for 4 months. Eden Eats Crow, welcome back for 4 months as well.
Right on. So, life on Venus.
Life on Venus.
Breakthrough initiatives find study of possible biosignature detection. Where are my nerds at? Do we have some nerds that can translate that?
Well, it says funds study, so.
Reading. Life on Venus. Breakthrough initiative funds study of possible biosignature detection. Biosignature expert Sarah Seeger will lead the study team. The detection of a possible sign of life on Venus's clouds is just the beginning. So that's a whole other article. We'll open in a new tab. On Monday, September 14th, which was only yesterday, researchers announced that they have spotted the what?
Oh, this was just distracting you.
Well,
Okay.
there's ads on the thing. Sorry, guys, you're going to see ads in the article because there's ads in the article. On Monday, September 14th, researchers announced that they'd spotted the fingerprint of phosphine in Venus's atmosphere at an altitude where temperatures and pressure are similar to those here at Earth at sea level.
Ooh. So
Oh my god, the ad! Get past!
what's phosphine?
On our planet, phosphine is produced by microbes and by human industrial activity, as far as we can tell. So, finding the gas on another world in an environment that astrobiologists had already flagged as potentially habitable is exciting news indeed.
Ooh.
But there's always a but when it comes to extra. We have ad blocker, but you can't visit the website if you have ad blocker enabled.
Yeah.
We're going to get through this together. But it's unclear at the moment what the new results actually mean. Discovery team members stress this. Venusian microbes may be emitting the phosphine, but it's also possible that the stuff is being generated by exotic chemical reactions that we don't understand, and that have nothing to do with life. So is this just some clickbait? We have what could be a biosignature, a plausible story about how it got there. Pete Warden, executive director of the nonprofit Breakthrough Initiatives, said in a statement, "The next step is to do the basic science needed to thoroughly investigate the evidence and consider how best to confirm and expand on the possibility of life." The Breakthrough Initiatives, do you want to read this?
Sure. The Breakthrough Initiatives will help scientists take the next step by funding a team to study the phosphine find and its potential implications in detail. The researchers will be led by MIT planetary scientist Sarah Seeger, an expert on exoplanet atmospheres and potential biosignatures, who's also a member of the phosphine discovery team. Ooh.
And then, completely apropos to nothing, how to easily clean earwax. Wow, everyone say thanks space.com for this useful information.
Gross. The group will investigate the scientific case for life and analyze the technical challenges of an exploratory mission in the event that such evidence proves compelling. Breakthrough Initiatives representatives said in a statement, which did not reveal how much money will be dispersed or how long the study will last. We are thrilled to push the envelope to try and understand what kind of life could exist in the very harsh Venus atmosphere and what further evidence for life a mission to Venus could search for, Seeger said in the same statement.
All right. To give you an idea of how harsh the atmosphere on Venus is, Venusian clouds are composed primarily of sulfuric acid, which would likely kill Earth-like microbes quickly, unless they were surrounded by some sort of protective shell, Seeger said during the press conference yesterday. But Venus life, if it exists, does not have to be Earth-like. Microbes may have arisen independently on the second rock from the sun, in which case they'd be very different from the water-dependent organisms on our planet. And if Venus microbes do indeed represent a second genesis, we could be pretty sure that life is common throughout the universe. And hey, thank you guys for all the hype on the hype train.
Yes, also
Appreciate you all.
Zero Fuchs. Thank you for that big cheers.
They've decidedly excluded the U, but yet you.
I didn't say yet.
You remember how Neil says as Gavin?
Yeah.
Zero.
Well, this is my interpretation. Sometimes.
I just think it's really important that when someone does such a gigantic cheers as this, we pronounce their name as close to the ability we have. There it is. Nicole Jade, thanks for being here for 4 months in a row, and Re3, thank you very much for the cheers.
But Venus life, if it exists... No, I reread that already. Seeger will be the newly announced project's principal investigator, the PI. Joining on her leadership team are Janusz Petowski of MIT, who is the deputy PI, Chris Carr of the Georgia Institute of Technology, Bethany Ellman of the California Institute of Technology, David Greenspoon of the Planetary Science Institute, a long-time and leading advocate for the idea that Venus clouds are a possible abode for life, and Peter Klepper of the Breakthrough Initiatives, the chief engineer.
All right, so it's quite a team established there. The new project is a natural fit for the Breakthrough Initiatives, a 5-year-old series of science programs founded and funded by tech billionaire Yuri Milner. Everybody say thanks, Yuri, for the billions.
Thanks, Yuri.
That aims to help answer some of humanity's biggest questions. Other projects founded by the initiatives include Breakthrough Listen. I'd be interested to find out. $100 million effort to scan the cosmos for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. And the $100 million Breakthrough Starshot, which is developing technology to explore nearby exoplanets up close with tiny robotic probes. So if you want to study anything in space, it costs exactly $100 million.
Yeah.
That is the price tag for any research, apparently.
In space, finding life anywhere beyond Earth would be truly momentous, Milner said in the same statement. And if there's non-eligible chance that it's right next door on Venus, exploring that possibility is an urgent priority for our civilization.
Whoa.
So what do y'all think?
Should we poll it?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys probably know. So I would guess there's a few of you here tuning in from Venus, so you can clarify for us. Is there life on Venus? And I gotta spell Venus right, or it just looks ridiculous. Venus. Yes, there is. I am sure of it. or no way, dude, or literally who knows.
Well, maybe these people.
Well, we're gonna find out. Okay, here's our poll. Pop it up on the chat and you guys can let us know what is the truth. We have option number 1. Yes, there is life on Venus. I am sure of it. Type 1. No way, dude. If it's just too inhospitable to life. Type number 2. And 3, literally who knows. Literally who knows. Eccentric Giraffe is back for 22 months.
Yo!
Hey, let's get some mod love for those lovely Discord mods. And up on Twitch, we appreciate you, mods and lieutenants. And Seize the Night 6044. Thanks for the double gift subs to Alex and Mercure and Zero Fucks. Thanks for the gift sub to Andy Black. Appreciate you.
Gigi the Cheese, thank you for the big cheer. Oh, and you're welcome. We're happy to raid you.
Yeah, thank
Most happy.
Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. Well, according to you guys, there's a 20% likelihood that we are sure that there is life on Venus. Only 4% of you negate the possibility entirely, and the rest of you are with the rest of the world, which is 76% of us literally do not know.
I bet that there is, but I think that the life will look very different than it does here.
Well,
yeah.
Should we follow some of these other sublinks and find out about the strange chemical in clouds of Venus defying explanation? This is from a day ago. Could it be a sign of life? This is a further link from the earlier part of this article, and we're going to scroll past the ads. Discovering life beyond Earth may well start with a sniff, a whiff of some chemical that scientists struggle to explain without invoking a strange, shadowy microbe. That first step has happened on Mars and on a few distant moons, and now scientists suggest on Venus.
A team of astronomers announced today, September 14th, is that today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, September 14th, that it has spotted the chemical fingerprint of phosphine, which scientists have suggested may be tied to life in the clouds of the second rock from the sun. The finding is no guarantee that life exists on Venus, but researchers say it's a tantalizing find that emphasizes the need for more missions to the hot, gassy planet next door.
Ooh, Zero Fucks. Thanks for the gift sub group hug.
Thanks, Zero. Fucks.
There you go. She's learning it. She's got it. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Welcome back for 13 months. Hi, and Cuppa Joe's. Thanks for being here. Tier 2 for 26 months.
Yo,
Appreciate that so much since the very
amazing.
beginning. An interpretation that is, it's potentially due to life, I think, is probably not the first thing I would go for, says Victoria Meadows, an astrobiologist at the University of Washington, who was not involved in the new research, telling Space.com. But it's an intriguing detection, she said, and one that emphasizes how we overlook our neighbor. We have some explaining to do, she continued. This discovery especially is just another reminder of how much more we have yet to learn about Venus. There's a beautiful photo of Venus captured by Japan's spacecraft in May 2016. The new research builds on the idea that, whoa there, Veronica, give it out and give us a group hug. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa there, Veronica. Thank you. And Zero Fix, thanks again for the cheers. Amelia's doing great.
Yes.
There you go.
I have not called Venus Vaniasis or something weird.
Vaniasis Esquias. Look at that horse.
Look at that chicken.
Look at all those Venuses. Yo. So the discovery, let's continue into this discovery. The new research builds on the idea that although the surface of Venus endures broiling temperatures and crushing pressures, conditions are much less harsh high up in the clouds. And scientists have realized that Earth's own atmosphere is full of tiny life. Suddenly, microbes in the sweet spot of Venus's atmosphere, where temperature and pressures mimic those on Earth, don't quite seem so outlandish. The discovery.
The scientists behind the new research wanted to look for phosphine. Researchers have recently wondered whether the chemical could be a good biosignature, a compound astronomers target in looking for life. It should break down quickly in atmospheres that are rich in oxygen, like those of Earth and Venus. And on Earth, when it isn't being made by human industrial processes, it seems to be found near certain kinds of microbes. Jane Greaves, an astronomer at the University of Cardiff in the UK, and lead author of the new research, realized that she could use a telescope she knew well to check for the atmosphere of Venus, she told Space.com. Yes. Looking for it in Venus might be really peculiar, but it's not hard to do, and it wouldn't take that many hours of telescope time.
Ooh, what a cartoony sounding scientist. What, is she an astronomer from UK?
Why not give it a go?
She said, eating her Greggs.
So on 5 separate mornings on June 2017, the astronomers used James Clerk Maxwell Telescope in Hawaii to stare at Venus.
And then the observations sat around on a computer for a year and a half, Grebe said, without her managing to find the time to study them. I thought, well, just before we throw this away, I'll have to finally go and analyze the data, she said. There was this line, and it just wouldn't go away, and it seemed like it wasn't imaginary anymore. I was just completely stunned. That line is one stripe of a spectrum, a chemical barcode that scientists can read in a telescope's observations of light. Each chemical has its own unique fingerprint of lines and blank spaces, matching enough lines, and you can identify a mystery substance.
But the observations in the new research focus on only one of the lines in phosphene's barcode, Meadows says. So she isn't quite convinced the new findings represent a conclusive identification of phosphine. Until we can go and get another piece of that barcode, we can't discriminate between what kind of barcode we're looking at, Meadows says.
Just devouring her Greggs.
Yes.
Fingers messy with the crumbs of a delicious Greggs.
I think they make a good case for it being phosphine in there, but I don't think they have what I would consider a slam dunk detection yet.
I can't carry anymore.
I can't carry anymore. Yes. Chewie, welcome back for 2 months.
Yo, and Chevalier Hamster. Back for a whole year. Good to see you. Obviously, yes, in your Sherlock's voice.
Obviously.
Now, until we can go and get another piece of that barcode, we can't discriminate between which kind of barcode we're looking at.
Already. That's my slam dunk.
Yes.
Yes.
But you said it in such an incredible accent, I had no idea what you were saying. Is this where we left off?
Yes, the researchers.
The researchers haven't tackled that aspect yet, but Greaves and her colleagues did arrange to use the, Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array, which I need to see. What is this?
It's a telescope.
It's a series. Look at this. It's a bunch of these. This is the ALMA. Oh, it's a telescope array.
Ooh, in Chile.
In Chile.
Hey.
Hey, anybody in Chile tuning in? Love it. Where are we? Here we go. ALMA, this, gathered a few hours of data, which also revealed more phosphine than the scientists expected. Not a huge amount in the grand scheme of things, but about 20 particles out of every billion, according to the research. I was braced for disappointment, but it was amazing, Jeeves said, with a corncob pipe.
For those of you who don't know what Greggs are, it is a restaurant.
It's a place to get some pastries.
It's a pastry place. They have savory pastries and sweet pastries as well.
I was braced for disappointment, but it was amazing.
That abundance is significantly more phosphine than she had expected to see. The way the telescope's observations work, the chemical must have been more than 30 miles, which is 50 kilometers, above the
Venusian.
Okay, Venusian surface. That's the same altitude at which a different recent paper with some shared co-authors suggests microbial life could survive in spore form. Spore form?
Ooh, how hyped are we to find some extraterrestrial spores, my friend? Man, I was hoping we were gonna get they're like, okay, we found some stuff. Like, we looked down there to see where this stuff was coming from, and then we found an adorable little alien. But instead we're talking about some microbes and spores.
Well, it all begins with a microbe and a spore.
Okay. So, Greaves and her colleagues set out to work considering what might have created all that phosphine. Perhaps volcanoes erupting, or lightning striking. Ooh, let's see some business of lightning striking on Venus. We have some images of that.
Ooh.
So here's Venus, cloud covered. This is cloud tops of Venus photographed again by yes, here we go. Tantalizing glimpses. Let me just get a little bit of Any pictures? Lightning dance with afterglow in space. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, everybody say thanks, ads. All right, I'm just going to do
11 seconds. It will resume in 11 seconds. So if you want to get this phone, apparently you can.
Okay, it's a phone. Buy stuff, consume.
I want to use this opportunity to say welcome back to Leochi for 2 months. Wow.
Look at these lightning storms.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's some crazy lightning storms.
Okay, wait, this is actually Venus? What? That doesn't look like Venus.
That looks like
Earth. There's a lot of civilizations on. Okay, so this is a video
of
Earth.
You lied to us.
This is what lightning looks like from Earth.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. Let's go back where we were. Not that exciting. Yeah. Okay.
Braced for disappointment. Lightning strikes.
Right, very good. So perhaps this phosphine in the atmosphere is created by volcanoes erupting, or lightning striking, or perhaps meteors melting in the atmosphere, or winds pulling particles off the planet's surface. But none of these explanations seem sufficient to them.
As usual, struggling to make more conventional explanations check out does not mean that the scientists think they found life. But the possibility of tiny Venusian bugs has gradually become more plausible. The researchers focused on our neighboring world say that's important, whether or not life is actually to be found.
Space bugs? Space bugs could be doing this? All right, where's the space bugs? I want to click on that. Either it's a mistaken identity because we don't know what the chemical is, or some strange chemistry that we're not aware of, or biology. Sanjay Limay, an atmospheric scientist at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, who wasn't involved in the new research, told Space.com. It's a question of if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, do you call it life or not? We won't know until we go there and find out.
Well, I think that if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, then that, my friend, is a duck.
But if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, and is in space, it's a space duck.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just need to do this. I just need to tweedle, beetle, battle while we're at it. If you don't mind. We're talking about bugs here, you guys. We're talking about space bugs, and I'm pretty sure I have this for you here.
Oh, yes.
Isn't this what we need?
I think so.
Okay.
Dr. Seuss.
When tweedle beetles fight, it's called a tweedle-beetle battle. And when they battle in a puddle, it's a tweedle-beetle puddle battle. And when tweedle beetles battle with paddles in a puddle, they call it a tweedle beetle puddle paddle battle. And when beetles battle beetles in a puddle paddle battle, and the beetle battle puddle is a puddle in a bottle, they call it a tweedle beetle bottle puddle paddle battle muddle.
What?
Yo,
Bri.
it is early. Drops the mic, but won't because it would be too loud for headphone users. Yo, let it glow. What is an astronomer's favorite chocolate?
What?
A Mars bar.
Oh.
Let it glow. You're too much with your puns. It's a tongue twister. That tongue twister, by the way, is Dr. Seuss. That
Yes.
I didn't just come up with that. Meet the mysterious phosphine.
As tantalizing as the detection of phosphine on Venus may be, scientists not involved with the new research worry it might make few big leaps, even before massive potential implications of its detection of life. Some were unconvinced that phosphine was a reliable fingerprint of living organisms. The single phosphorus molecule, surrounded by 3 hydrogen molecules, is, on Earth, a rarity and short-lived. Some industrial processes produce it, and it's affiliated with some types of bacteria living in particularly strange environments. It quickly transforms in Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere and should be that of Venus's as well, which is intriguing for scientists looking for alien breath.
Oh God, your breath is alien.
But the excitement about phosphine may well be premature.
Oh man, you guys know when you gotta wear a mask these days, and then you eat yourself a delicious burger, let's say, and then you put that mask on because it's time to go home, and then you're trapped in that mask with your delicious burger? That's alien breath.
Demented Furby, thank you so much for the gift sub.
Oh, thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Demented.
So the phosphine link to the biological world is very, very faint and needs to be corroborated simply by going to the lab and doing experiments, said Tetiana Milojovic, a biochemist from the University of Vienna not involved in the new research. They told this to space.com. She argues that phosphine has only been found near microbes, not produced by it, and that the compound seems to be released by the chemical decay of biological material. So, before scientists can use phosphine as a potential biosignature, they need to get into the lab and really understand whether and how microbes produce phosphine, a process that scientists eyeing Mars completed for methane years ago. So, this is a process here. Let's open up another tab.
This is Mars here.
This is about Mars, yes, of course.
Hi, Mars.
This is Curiosity Mars rover taking a self-portrait on the slopes of the towering Mount Sharp. So they're saying that these results do not give any evidence of life, stressed the study leader, but they are exploring how they can prove the microbes' behavior here on Earth.
Wait. Go back down. Oh my gosh. Okay, does anybody see a face? I totally see a face. The top, little mountain.
This one?
Looks like a face.
Yep. There was a lot about that when this image was first taken, and the simple truth is, and this goes to our friends who study behavioral science and psychology, we humans are designed to see faces and stuff. We can see faces in wood grain, we see faces in rocks.
Yes.
And so it's not so much that this looks like a face.
It looks like a face.
It's more that our brains are hardwired to find faces. The building blocks of life. A serious hunt for organics on Mars is a long and complicated history. It starts with NASA's twin Viking landers, which touched down on different parts of the Red Planet in 1976 to search for signs of life. The Viking science payload included an instrument called a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer, a GCMS, no wonder they call it that, which heated Martian soil and studied the molecules that boiled off it. While the Vikings' life-hunting experiments returned intriguing but ambitious results, ambiguous results, the GCMS found no organics. Indeed, the instruments spotted little of note, save for two chlorinated chemicals, chloromethane and dichloromethane, which were thought to be contaminants from Earth. Wah, wah. This result convinced most scientists at the time that Mars is a dead planet. Life as we know it is impossible without organic molecules after all. But that thinking began to shift a bit in 2008 when NASA's Phoenix lander, let's see what that looks like. Oh, 30 Seconds to Mars. Okay, anybody know that band? Feet on the ground. Here we are. This is Martian soil. Huge tracts of land on Mars. Whoa.
Dusty.
Cracking up. This is looking for permafrost on Mars. And the ground beneath their feet. Whoa. So they're compiling all of these images. Where'd I go? Back to here. That thinking began to shift a bit in 2008 when NASA's Phoenix lander found chlorine-containing chemicals called this is as tricky as doing Greek mythology. Perchlorates in the Martian soil. Some researchers noted that perchlorates can destroy organics in a heated sample and suggested that such reactions may have been responsible for the Vikings' null GCMS results. In 2011, this hypothesis got some experimental backing. In a lab here on Earth, researchers heated perchlorate-spiked soil and spotted chloromethane and dichloromethane boiling out of the sample. Then, Curiosity came onto the scene. The rover touched down inside Mars's huge Gale crater in August of 2012, kicking off a quest to determine if the red planet has ever been capable of supporting microbial life. Curiosity mission scientists quickly answered the question in the affirmative, finding that Gale hosted a long-lived, potentially habitable lake and stream system billions of years ago. Whoa, you guys want to see photos of an ancient Mars lake that could have supported life? Whoa. Okay, so bedrock outcrop of sheepbed mudstone on Mars. Wow. So this is a potential lake bed. This is how they're accounting for these changes in texture of the snake on Mars. Note the uniformly fine grain size and presence of pits that may reflect void spaces and, in some cases, erosion of softer components that may represent intraclast. So they're suggesting that because what we can see in the rocks, that there may have been sediment or sedimentary rocks of Yellowknife Bay. And what's going on with this?
They probably dug that hole. Hank's Blood Phobia, thank you for the gifts of group hug. Thanks, Hanks.
Thanks, Hanks.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
So these are, the yellow are raised ridges. The white lines are thick sulfate veins, and the white ones are thin sulfate veins, hollow nodules and nodules.
Whoa.
Whoa, there, Veronica.
Whoa, there, Vero. Thank you.
Thank you again. And Zero, thanks again for the cheers. I see
Yes.
221 Baker Street. That sounds familiar. And True Hope Faith back for 28 months. Yo, a lot of fun stuff happened some months ago on this very day. Showman Gaming, thanks for using your Prime and welcome to the crew. And Nameless and Hits Okay For Me, thank you guys for the cheers.
And Blop does a game. Welcome back for 7 months.
Blop does a game.
Ooh.
Ding.
Ding.
So back to it. Where was my big one?
You got distracted by Mars.
But you know, Mars is really interesting. You know, it's hard to look at Venus without Mars. How about this? Let's check in here. We opened up this tab.
Yes.
This is NASA's planet hunting probe.
Ooh, okay. Scientists with the TESS mission will work with the Breakthrough Listen project. Ooh. NASA's newest planet hunter is joining the hunt for intelligent aliens. Scientists working with the space agency's transiting
Exoplanet?
Okay. Scientists working with the space agency's transiting exoplanet survey satellite, the TESS mission, will collaborate with the $100 million Breakthrough Listen project in the search for extraterrestrial life. Members of both teams announced today, well, some days ago, October 20. We're not even in October.
It's okay. It's, guys.
This is from last year.
In space, we're dealing with millions and millions of years.
I was confused.
So if it's something from last year, it's still relevant.
Yeah, but I don't even know what time it is, what day it is.
All right, Amelia doesn't know what time or day it is, so we're gonna pass off a pun.
Yes.
Read the alien pun.
Alien pun. What do aliens drink when it's chilly outside? Gravity.
Brumps.
Thanks, Jade.
And Nocturnal Druid, thank you for the cheers.
It's exciting that the world's most powerful SETI search with our partner facilities across the globe will be collaborating with the TESS team and our most capable planet hunting machine. Pete Warden, Executive Director of the Breakthrough Initiative, a program that includes the Breakthrough Listen project, said in a statement. We are looking forward to working together as we try to answer one of the most profound questions about our place in the universe. Are we alone? No.
Are we alone?
I don't think so.
No, and Beth has a really, really, really great pun, which is, how do NASA scientists throw parties? Well, they plan it.
Yeah. Vero has an alien pun. What do you get when you cross Santa Claus with a spaceship?
What do you get when you cross Santa Claus with a spaceship? Well, you obviously get a UF ho 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 Merry Christmas. Stupid. All right, look, guys. TESS launched to Earth's orbit in April 2018 on a mission to hunt for alien planets circling bright, relatively nearby stars. The spacecraft does this work via the transit method, which looks for slight dips in star brightness caused by an orbiting planet crossing the star's face from TESS's perspective. This strategy was used to great effect by TESS's predecessor, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, which discovered about 70% of the 4,000 or so known alien worlds. Guys, we're talking about 4,000 worlds of potentially habiting life. But TESS will likely be even more prolific, finding perhaps 10,000 or more new exoplanets over the course of the 2-year primary mission, team members have said. To date, TESS has spotted more than 1,000 objects of interest, 29 of which are confirmed alien planets. Let's try that again. Open in a new tab.
Okay.
So we can't have that one. The alien planets are locked off to us. Because TESS is focusing on stars and the sun's cosmic neighborhood, some of the mission's finds will be suitable for follow-up studies by other instruments. For example, NASA's powerful James Webb Space Telescope, an $8.8 billion observatory scheduled to launch in 2021, should be able to probe the atmosphere for multiple TESS-discovered planets. For biosignature gases, like the ones we talked about on Venus, officials have officially said.
So, I kind of want to learn about foxes now. We have just a few more minutes, and I want to learn about foxes.
Okay, guys. Amelia wants to learn about foxes real quick.
Yeah.
But
I'm making an executive decision.
Okay, we're going to change the subject down here below. We'll make sure we get some fox time in.
Thanks.
today's subject. Let me just update the thing below here.
Marisny, welcome back for 14 months. Thank you for hanging out with us, friend. And Dilger, thank you for those gift subs from earlier. And Aaron925, welcome back for 6 months.
Welcome back, my friend.
And Re3, thanks for cheering.
Sweet.
Foxes, yes.
And foxes in space. Real quick, while we're still in the extraterrestrial life thing and we're talking about Venus, I want to share a very, very short story, and I'm going to use limited details because I'll probably misspeak. During the beginning of the space race, when Russia and the United States were at each other to try to be the first to really have a presence off-world, there was a division between who would explore in which direction. And the US explored towards Mars, while Russia explored towards Venus. Sending these probes out, the first probe that went to Venus to take photos of the Martian of the Venusian surface, they knew that it was going to be cooked by the incredible pressure and heat on the planet of Venus. It's very inhospitable, whereas on Mars they might be able to rove around for a little bit. So they sent this probe, knowing that as soon as it got there, it was going to start melting, and it would have to radio broadcast its findings back because it would eventually be left there to die on Venus. And they had a plan that they would start immediately taking photos as soon as it cleared the cloud cover and got closer to the surface of Venus. And when it got there, the lens cap that they had on the probe melted over the camera.
No!
So that they wouldn't be able to take any pictures. And they had this is of course a huge expense. Then they sent a second probe to Venus, and this time, okay, we need a detachable lens cap. The lens cap will pop off and we won't have any problem. It'll be gone and away, and we'll be able to take our photos of Venus. And because we're going through the trouble of sending another probe to Venus, we're going to send more technology that's going to sample the soil. So when it lands, the lens cap will pop off, we'll take a photo, and we'll sample the soil, and we'll radio broadcast this back to Earth before the whole device is destroyed. They were successful in popping off the lens cap, and they got their photo. However, when they reached out for their probe and they radioed all the miles back to Earth what the soil of the Martian or the Venusian landscape was made of, the scientists look at the data and they said, "This is a readout of the exact chemical makeup of our lens cap." So they went all the way to Venus. They dropped the lens cap right below where the sample would be taken, and so effectively every one of these sort of missions keeps getting thwarted by something like that. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious to go all the way to Venus to sample the lens cap. Anyway, I'm sure there's a better retelling of that somewhere online, but I watched a documentary of it. And I just thought it was absolutely amazing. Okay,
that's oi.
Oi. Can you just so many millions of dollars? Okay, foxes.
Tell me about the foxes.
I mean, I feel like fox faxes and pictures is good, right? This seems like a good place to.
His face.
All
he
right.
looks a little bit like Theodore.
He does look a little like Theodore's coloration, right?
And his face. Theo makes that face.
Yeah, and his patterns, you know.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So I'm sharing this link with our moderators in CyberLife too. This is a website called Live Science, livescience.com.
Foxes are omnivorous mammals that are light on their feet. They are often mistaken for other members of the Canidae family, which include jackals, wolves, and dogs.
So this is where we get the word canine.
Oh.
Yep.
They stand out from their relatives because of their long, thin legs, lithe frame, pointed nose, and bushy tail.
Wow. These animals are very social and live flexible lives. They're found all over the world in North America, Europe, Asia, and North Africa, and call a wide range of terrains their home. They also eat a greatly varied diet as omnivores.
Size. Most foxes are around the same size as medium-sized dogs. Since foxes are smaller mammals, they are also quite light. They can weigh as little as 1.5 pounds, or 680 grams, as much as 24 pounds or 11 kilograms. The fennec fox is the smallest living fox and doesn't get any bigger than a cat, about 9 inches or 23 centimeters, weighing 2.2 to 3.3 pounds or 1 to 1.5 kilograms, according to National Geographic. However, other species can grow to 34 inches, so just a little longer than Theodore.
2 inches longer than Theodore.
From their head to their flanks, their tail is an additional 12 to 22 inches, 30 to 56 centimeters to their length. So I have to see what this little fox, what is him's names again? He's called a...
The smallest fox?
One is called...
the fennec fox.
The fennec fox.
All right, let's find you guys a fennec fox here.
Oh, I want to see. Oh! Yes.
That'll do nicely.
Oh, they must live out in the desert. That looks like a desert fox to me with those little ears. Those big ears. Oh.
All right, so while we're speaking about the size of these adorable things, Amelia did recently share on Twitter
A very important update.
So how did we get to this scientific moment?
Okay, well, Theodore decided to lay himself out. I have a special mat that I use for sewing and measuring, and I did find him sprawled out upon this mat, and the moment was just too perfect. So I had to move him a little bit, but I was able to find the exact length of a fully extended Theodore, which is 32 inches.
32 inches,
Yes.
or just 2 inches shy of your other species of fox.
Yeah, so basically, he's a fox.
So basically, he's a fox. Let's talk about the fox's habitat, shall we?
Yes.
Foxes usually live in forested areas, although they are found in the mountains, grasslands, and deserts. They make their homes by digging burrows in the ground. These burrows, also called dens, and can be found in Ghost of Tsushima, which, by the way, is the best game in the universe. And we're going to play a bonus stream of it tonight, but I didn't tell you because I was going to tweet about it, but never mind. Okay, we're doing it, guys. Tonight, bonus stream, Ghost of Tsushima. See you there. See you at the Fox Den. Gonna pet a fox. You know what's up. Okay.
Okay, tell us more.
They're called dens because they provide a cool area to sleep, a good location to store food, and a safe place to have their pups. Burrows are dugout tunnels that have rooms for the fox and the family to live in. These burrows also have several exits, so they can flee if a predator enters the burrows.
Smart.
Clever guys. Clever as a fox, they say.
Foxes are very social creatures that live in packs. A small group of foxes are called a leash, a skulk, or earth. According to the U.S. Department of Interior. They are also called packs. No matter what you call them, foxes like to stick near their family members. A pack may include older siblings, foxes of breeding age, mates, and mothers. Male foxes are known as dogs, tods, or reynards, and females are called vixens. These mammals...
Wait, isn't Reynard the name that Neil gave the fox for his familiar in... Wow! Okay, so in the Golden Spiral, we had a guest play the big bad, Neil Newbon, who plays Kamsky and Gavin Reed in Detroit Become Human. He joined us, and he had a fox and who was his familiar, and he named the fox Reynard. Interesting. So Neil knows more about animals than we give him credit for. These mammals like to hunt at night and are nocturnal. This means that they sleep during the day, like Theo. This can change, though, depending on where the fox pack lives. If they live in a place where they feel safe, a fox pack may hunt during the daytime, according to National Parks and Wildlife Services of Ireland. Foxes have great eyesight. They can see just as well as a cat, in fact, like Theo. Theo's a fox, guys. This is science. Their eyes are much like a cat's. Theo is a cat, therefore Theo is a fox, thanks to their vertically slit pupils. Foxes are also very fast, like Theo. They can run up to 45 miles an hour.
Whoa!
Theo cannot go that fast.
No.
Also, that's about as fast as a black buck antelope, one of the world's fastest animals.
Wow.
Let's learn about their offspring.
Okay. Fox babies are called pups. During the mating season, the female will cry out to let the males know that she is ready. After mating, females will make a nest of leaves inside her burrow on which to have her pups. This special room in the burrow is called a nesting chamber. The pregnant female only carries her pup for a gestation period of 53 days. There are usually 2 to 7 pups in a litter. Pup care is a family affair. Both the mother and the father share the care of pups. Even older siblings will help take care of their younger brothers and sisters by bringing them food.
Aww.
Foxes live very short lives in the wild. They often live only to around 3 years old, according to the Animal Diversity Web. In captivity, they can live much longer. Foxes in zoos, for example, can live 10 to 12 years.
Whoa. Well, hey, so guys, it looks like foxes are eating lizards, voles, rats, mice, rabbits, and hares, and they could even, if they live near the ocean, eat fish and, you guessed it, crabs. Well, if they're closer to humans, they might have no problem raiding a trash can or finding some scraps. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad we got a little bit of time with this fox here.
Me too.
Thank you guys for helping us pull a subject today and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and Pacific. An hour earlier is when we start this stream. And we've got an awesome raid lined up. We got a huge raid from Call Me Kevin recently.
Yes.
So we're going to raid back and show some love. And I believe he's working on Sim City. And speaking of Sims, Amelia and I are going to let you guys know before anybody else that our plan for Wednesday is to check out the Crash Bandicoot 4 demo and play Sims 4 for the first time on stream. So many of you guys have recommended Sims 4, and Crash 4 is a game we're hyped is coming out. We're going to do that on Wednesday's stream, and then tonight I will post about this. We're going to do a bonus stream of Ghost of Tsushima, maybe pet some foxes.
No, definitely pet
Definitely pet some foxes. And yeah, we're super hyped for it. Yo, Brooke, thanks for being here for 8 months. Thanks for the wholesome love. And Yuri, thank you for being here for 5 months. Love the fox, pet the fox, be the fox. Zero and Vero and Pencil Pilot, thank you guys all for the cheers. We appreciate you. It's okay for me. An American Idiot, hello. You guys are all good news. We're grateful for you joining us, and we'll see some of you later tonight for Ghost of Tsushima, probably at about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's 8 hours later than whatever time it is for you right now, so we understand if you gotta sleep, but if you can join us, feel free, and we'll post it up on social media and keep everybody reminded, and it's time for a raid. Amelia, if I've never done a raid, what is that?
We're all gonna teleport over to Call Me Kevin's channel together. When we get there, let's just spam them with tons of emotes and love and good stuff.
And follows.
If
you like some SimCity, say what's up to our friend Call Me Kevin and almost_over. Thanks for being here for 3 months in a row. We appreciate you guys all. We'll see you very soon. And yes, The Sims 4 and Crash Bandicoot 4 will play on tomorrow night's stream, Wednesday.
Wholesome Wednesday.
And we're continuing on Saturday, the Lost Legacy Uncharted, and Ghost of Tsushima is our Sunday game. So if you got to get to bed, no worries. We play that at noon, both of those Saturday and Sunday streams, which is only 1 hour later than whatever time it is for you right now. All right, guys, well, let's have fun on the raid. We're going to go in 3,
2,
1.
Raid!